So pranams everybody. Welcome to 21st episode of Arunachala Ravana Chetanam. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya pratyor ma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So we are in this chapter of the slaying of demon Mahishasura. So yesterday we were contemplating on how the devatas or the gods approach the mother asking for protection. And yesterday we understood that these are our own goodnesses. The devatas, the gods which are there, are within us only. They are only affected when the ego strikes or the supporters of ego like Shum Nishum, Chandamundar, Madhu, Ketab, all these other inner demons which we have, which is empowered again by Mahishasura. When these trouble us, it simply says to surrender to the power within, that is Shakti. In simple terms, that's what it is. When we on the path, we are on the path. Means Shakti is on the path, Parvati is on the path to attain Shiva, isn't it? We are also on the path to attain God or the self, which is Shiva. So it's the same thing, metaphorically. The challenges that Parvati is undergoing is we who are undergoing the same kind of challenges to attain Shiva. And we can look at the qualities of the Divine Mother, of Parvati. By looking at that, a seeker gets hints, a seeker gets guidance as to what to do. If you deeply contemplate with the Jnana Khanda, with the wisdom path, if the wisdom can open the deep secrets of what is there in all these Shastras, that is your guidance. You will get all the guidance how to live life. Look at Ramayana, look at Mahabharata, you will simply get whole guidance, wholesomeness, what is to be done, alternatives. Everything you study very carefully, you will just reflect it in your life, you will know what to do. And that is making the best use of scriptures. Not just reading the scriptures and then building temples or going out, glorifying and remaining empty. You see, our prayers never end. Our worships throughout the weeks, it keeps on going. Every day we have one temple, one goddess or one god. We are daily approaching. And if you see very closely, our problems never end only. You look very carefully. Your previous generation, your parents, previous generation to them, the grandparents, look at them. Have their problems ended even if they are devout temple goers or worshippers or devotees? These all guidance are to end the problems. They are not to maintain them. Then why are we not able to end our problems? Because we have not decoded it correctly. The Gyan Khanda is missing. We have taken only one part and we are sitting with it. Like the rishis are doing tapas, they are doing havan continuously. Continuously they are doing this havan in the name of Loka Kalyan, to save others. Now they feel what they are doing is right. Why? Because the Shastra says doing righteousness for others, doing these kind of sadhanas or methods for others is a very divine act. So generally, naturally, this kind of feeling will come inside us that if we keep on doing this, this is the right thing. So they are doing the right thing. I'm not saying they are not doing the right thing. They are doing the right thing only, but there is more to it. There is something more to it. They have taken only one part of the Shastras and sitting with it, but they have not gone deeper into the Shastra. Whole Upadesh Saram is pointing to this one point, which begins with that story in the Daruka Van, in Daruka forest, where the rishis are doing this Havan, and Shiva is telling there is something more. They are not understanding. They are stuck. They are not getting liberated. Whereas sadhanas are meant to take you to liberation. Something is missing. What is missing? They are not going deeper. They don't want to go because that is how our tendencies are. Now you see, all these examples are given with Rishi and Rishi Patnis. Rishis are not a small state of consciousness, but it shows at the same time, even at that level, there can be ignorance. Saintlyhood also doesn't guarantee you its freedom, because that saintlyhood, to maintain that saintlyhood also, it is a struggle. That maintenance is the problem. To go beyond it is liberation. And one can go beyond it only when the mind dies or when the ego is tackled. Till then, it is maintenance only. Till Manolaya is going on, problems will continue. Manonash has to happen. That is why I'm telling, none of the generations have sorted their problems despite being the good devotees, following all the rituals, all the dharmas. But we are not pondering what's missing. Like the rishis also are not pondering what's missing. They feel that's it. Keep on sustaining. Keep on coming back again and again. And Shiva is telling, no. We got to go down and tell them. So he takes the help of Vishnu, and then that whole story where he becomes the mendicant and Vishnu becomes a lady, and these rishis are distracted by this beautiful lady, Mohini, who's none other than Vishnu. The rishis are distracted by the ladies, and the rishis' wives are distracted by Shiva. Both leave their havans and go behind, respectively. After some time, when the lady disappears, the rishis understand this is something. Somebody has fooled us. Because it's very common, all these miracles and all these siddhis and powers, a lot of things in those days. So they know they have been tricked. So they rush back to their havan to continue. They see their wives are not there. Where are the wives? Wives are chasing this man, enchanted by this bhikshuk, who's none other than Shiva. The husbands call them back, they don't come. Now they're angry, upset, jealous. So when they go behind someone, it's okay. But when their better halves go behind someone, it's not okay. We can learn from all these things. If you just look into these stories and reflect on your life and life around, you will see exactly the same is happening. So how beautiful these shastras, these scriptures are. How beautiful they are. Because they are giving a solution, but we don't want solution. We just want to catch hold of that person who came there. Shiva came. Oh, Shiva came, he taught them a lesson. Let us worship Shiva. No, we are not even understanding what did he teach. The whole story unfolded for something. No, we are not interested in that. We just want to catch the idol. So Arunachala Tattva, what is there? Arunachala Tattva exposes all these things. Arunachala Tattva wants to take beyond. Exactly, if you are listening carefully, you will understand what is this all about without running away. The rishis kept running from the truth. That is why they are stuck. And Shiva can see that running. The refusal to face the truth. So he has to come down. And this Leela had to be played. Now, when the Rishipatnis are not coming, they are so angry, they want to get rid of this man, which they don't know is Shiva. How are they going to get rid? Because he looks very powerful. So they use their siddhis. Whatever they gained all this life with their so-called tapas, they start using that and they send a snake from the sacred fire, an astral snake, towards that man. And that snake goes and falls around the neck. They send a tiger, and that man rips apart the tiger and wears the tiger skin. It might look all like very funny things, but they are very, very deep. It has every little thing has deep meaning. These stories are meant for deep reflectors. They're not meant for believers. Believers will take it somewhere else. So one by one, whatever they are sending, they see it is all converting into something on this man, and slowly he start taking the form of Shiva. And they understand, oh my God, this is none other than Shiva. They realize their mistake, they go and fall at his feet, both of them, ladies and gents. And Shiva asks, what is this all about? Now, this is not exactly the same as per Shastra. I'm just shortening it and adding little masala and telling you, because we can understand it through that. So he says, what? And they say, we didn't know, this is our error. Then Shiva points out on there is work to do, and you are continuing with this. There is work to do means there is lust. You're chasing still women. You saw something very beautiful, divine, you ran behind it. And the Rishi Patnis also. They saw some handsome man enchanted, they ran behind him. There is work to do. Even being rishis, they are angry. They are jealous. There is work to do. Angry, they got very angry. Anger is one of the most last things that happens. Anger. Anybody who has anger is not yet complete. And nobody should think they are complete also. These are all indications that there's work to do. Jealousy, selfishness, fear, doubts, there is work to do. There is no imperfection when there is work to do. Because we are all here come to do work only, isn't it? Everybody, even the saints are come here to work. Nobody is exempt. Nobody should feel we are perfect. There is work to do. As long as there is breath, there will be something to do. When the breath ends, means you are finished. You and your prana, everything is merged. Till then, there will be something to do. So our work is to focus on what is that something to do. Shifting into awareness focuses on that. Keep shifting, keep finding out, keep working out instead of claiming I am done here, I am this level, I have finished. There is no finishing actually. We learn every single day. Even rishis are learning here. See, even today, nobody is complete. Everybody is learning. Even the gurus are learning. Even masters are learning. Everybody is ascending. And even the saints are ascending. And anybody can make mistakes. You look at our stories are full of mistakes. See this mistake. Rishis at that level. And not ordinary. They have Ashtasiddhi. They have all the powers. And Shiva asks, what are you using your power for? You got the power with your tapas, no doubt. But what are you using it for? To kill somebody? Because he enchanted your wives? Or your wives got enchanted by them? So you're going to get rid of someone by using this power? Is these spiritual powers for these kind of things? You can imagine when somebody is telling it is for Loka Kalyan, you look very carefully when we have powers, even spiritual powers, or mental powers, or physical powers, or emotional powers, all these physical bodies, all these bodies, panchakoshas, whichever area, or intellectual power. Every kosha has a power, isn't it? Body has a power, prana has a power, mind has a power, the viveka, buddhi has a power, wisdom, intelligence. And Anandamaya kosha, samadhi has its power, meditation has its power. So when we develop heights, we reach heights in these things, these powers will come. But what are we going to use these powers for? You see, in the name of Loka Kalyan, we are doing Swayam Kalyan. What are we doing with the wisdom that we have? Hiding it, sparing it, keeping the best reserved for us, me and mine, and bacha kucha baki sabko de do, stale. What are we doing with this? What are we doing with the money? Keep the best for ourselves and then थोड़ा बहुत यहाँ वहाँ चंदा वंदा करके एक नाम डाल दो, some little charity here and there. Or we keep all the best of clothes and then we give our dirty, soiled, pata puta clothes and call it charity. We keep the best for ourselves and we call it seva. We build mansions. We have property in every country, all filled. And what do we share with others? We share so many things on the social media. Masks again, just to pretend something. So there are so many things like this. You have your mental power, you have your wisdom. What are you doing with the wisdom? I've seen so many paths they keep hidden. And they say Gupta hai. We have locked it. And we will give it only reservedly. Because we want to hold wisdom also there. And we will give it only to our favorite ones. Only to our near and dear ones. Rest all must wait. And Nityananda in Chidakasha Gita says, you must not keep sugar to yourself and distribute sand to others. He talks about this. Whatever you have, you must equally learn to distribute it without keeping any barriers, without partialities. It's for everyone. So all this is actually Swayam Seva. So that's the reason I keep criticizing these sevas. Because you have to break through, you have to become aware and conscious about what are we doing. This seva. खुद का मेवा देख रहे हैं. It's like स्वयं सेवा है, but it's all projected outside. So if this is not seen, this will continue. This cannot give us mukti. निस्वार्थ सेवा it is. निस्वार्थ सेवा means you do it very selflessly. Selflessly में control नहीं आता. There is no imbalances. It's just even without the show of it, even without the acknowledgement, even without knowing it is seva, even without talking about this so-called seva. Yesterday what we understood? The birds are flying, the wings are flapping, and that wings flapping is creating air. That air Arunachala is getting, so they get punya, they are liberated. Why? They did seva. Now, does this bird know that I am doing seva? Think about it. This is how these shastras must be approached. They have very deep meaning, very, very deep meaning. It looks very funny. The crow flew past and the air hit Arunachala and he get punya and he attained liberation. It's very deep. So he talks about these things. So seva, I tell, whenever you say seva, it is not seva. Whenever you think it is seva, it is not seva. You feel you are doing seva, it is not seva. There is ego there. Because there is a doer that is there. Only the doer will think I am doing this. Only the doer will talk about seva. Only the doer will keep proclaiming this seva. There is an I there. But the projection is God is doing through me. But who is doing? I am only doing. If God is doing through me, be like the bird. Simple. God is only doing that through the bird, but the bird is not aware about it. Neither the bird is bothered about it. Avdutas are never bothered about it. What they are serving, whom they are doing. You go and look at Avdutas, how they live. They don't even know they are serving somebody because they are egoless there. That is called seva. Your being, just your being, without even understanding that your being is helping someone. You just be, you're just existing, and the whole Prakriti is being helped. Look at the wind, look at the breeze, look at the trees. They don't even know they are doing seva. But without the trees, no humans, no species can be alive. All those who are depending on oxygen, without the trees, we cannot survive. Trees never claim we are doing seva. In fact, they are doing the biggest seva nobody can even think about. So that's the quality of seva what we are talking about. Anyways, so whenever we are empowered with anything, whatever power we have, we are supposed to be, allow that to be of help to others. But we have to have our cup full first. If our cup is not filled, we cannot. The problem is, if the cup gets full, then you don't want to spill it out. That's another thing. See, in the start, we might say, I want money. And somebody will say, you want money, then learn to give money. So you'll start giving money. Why? Because you want money. So after giving someone, law of attraction, whatever, you give, so you get, and so you start getting. Then once you start getting, you forget the giving. The giving will stop. I've seen this in many cases. The giving will slow down because the getting is come now. So that was very conditional giving. And the moment the thing comes, the result is there, the whole thing stops. So all level this is what we said, Panchakoshas. All level. What are we doing with the wisdom? What are we doing with the prana energies that we have? What are we doing with our existing, our beingness? The greatest seva that you can do is to exist in your dharma, being aligned, without trying to convert anybody. No pravachan, no lectures to families, relatives, nobody. You just be what is right in dharma. Whoever has to benefit, that will be. That is the best service. So, Bhagavan Ramana says, you attaining self-realization is the greatest seva that you can do to the humanity. Not this kind of claims which the rishis are claiming. We are doing havan for loka kalyan. Actually, swayam kalyan ho raha hai. So you see, whenever claims come, it is swayam kalyan, 100%. You watch this carefully. When somebody says, I am serving the world or I am doing this, they are actually serving themselves. Look closely, you will see they are full of services to themselves only. Even all that they have created outside is to serve them. I have created a lot of things in the name of seva. But look deeply, they are all meant to serve me. This until you see this bracket. So this story which is there of rishis is pointing towards this, and this is a part of Shiv Mahapuran. This story. I'm surprised because I never heard this story. And I wonder why people keep away from this kind of stories, which is really needed. Why I'll tell you, because this is only one part of Shiv Mahapuran. What we know is one part. There is a deeper aspect. Shiva Tattva, what we till now have been knowing, is only one part. It is not the other part. To go to the other part, you need awareness. For that, you need Shiva's intervention. Because ignorance can take over and you can sit there claiming many things, even claiming I am a greatest Shiva Bhakta. So, this Kalyan, what we are talking about, we have to be aware, isn't Swayam Kalyan. So, Shiva tells them, whatever you are saying about Kalyan, Loka Kalyan, you are projecting this Kalyan to others, but you are not doing Kalyan on yourself. You are serving the world. When are you going to serve yourself? You are helping the world. When are you going to help yourself? You are liberating the world. When are you going to liberate? You are not liberating because every Janma we see here. Shiva is telling. Every Janma you come back again and again. In the name of this Punya. You do Loka Kalyan. You earn merits. Definitely Punyas will come. And Shiva is pointing that only you are doing it actually for Punyas. Because the rishis want to enjoy the celestial higher worlds. They are doing lot of punyas and they generate punyas. Generate punyas, your life becomes beautiful. It's just like you are working very hard to earn money and make nice deposits here and there, investments, so that a time comes when you sit and enjoy it. This all is like that only. Doing great spiritual work so that I can generate punyas, so that it comes handy some other time. In this case, Rishi's case, they want to enjoy the higher worlds. And Shiva comes and points out that point, that this is meant for this. But may you know that in this way, you are never going to be liberated. You are going to have punarpi janmam, punarpi maranam. You will accumulate that kind of punyas and you will enjoy the higher world. But when it's over, you will come back here again. Then again, you will do the same things. Loka Kalyan, again you learn, again you will go, again you will come. And that is what we are seeing. You're continuously here in the same position, but you're not able to liberate. So Shiva is coming to give that gyan. This is Arunachala Tattva, please. So what we have learned is only till here. Look closely. Till now, we know only about this, what Shiva taught, how to do Havan, how to do Karma Kanda. Yes, definitely he has taught that. So it's only come till there. And that is this part of the story. So he is coming and telling, now wake up and take the goal of life to get liberated from all these things. First of all, the thing is the taking doership into hand. When you say, I am responsible for the world, Loka Kalyana. See there, Shiva is sitting there. Who's the creator? The divine is the creator. But who's sitting here saying, I am the creator? I am going to decide the fate of humanity. And the one who has created has no problem. Somebody went to Ramana and said, so much of problems in this world. I don't know what the future is going to be like. Can you tell something about it? Its world seems to be going into all the negative aspects. What's going to happen to tomorrow? How do we live in such kind of a world? Is there any scope for improvement? And Ramana says, leave all these things to the Creator. The one who has created is capable enough to handle all that. So true. So this doership is a big kida here, which is burnt in Arunachala Tattva. Here when you come in this path of wisdom, the first target is that doership, the I, the identities, it straight hits on the identities. Whichever identity you are holding, it will break it. Because here it is Kala Bhairav from now. Kala Bhairav's work is to just demolish everything. Pralaya it is. You cannot hold any titles, anything. Anything you hold, your consciousness will be pointed. And again, in multiple ways, you will see reminders coming to you, either from outside or from inside or from life experiences, that you have to give it up. Earlier we learn, the better, or we have to go through all that journey. But we have to come to that point. Arunachala makes it very prominent. Arunachala Tattva. The doership will be hit badly because the doer is the ego. And the hill Arunachala is known to be the destroyer of ego. Shiva's grace hits directly on that. Shiva opening his third eye means he opens it to the doerships. So here you can see he is opening it to, here also Shiva is opening the third eye only to the rishis. And he is creating pralay in their lives. Whatever is false is being demolished in the rishis' life. False ideas, false belief they are holding. Now when the rishis understand, they are cornered. Mahishasura will not die very easily. It will fight till the end. Justification, something or the other it will present, but it will not simply surrender. Oh, it is Shiva. Shiva says it. Ultimately, it is the highest. I surrender. No. Now contract. Now the rishis say, but oh Lord, you only have taught me this. You only have taught us this whole vidhan of how to create rituals, the tantras, mantras, the yagyas, everything you have only given. Yes, absolutely. Shiva has only given that, no doubt. So Shiva says, yes, I gave it to you. Only given. Uttar Mimamsa, you have only told this, right? Haven't you turned the page? After Uttar Mimamsa also there is something else. The Purva Mimamsa. There is another part also. The first part, what I taught is yes, this doership. This I need to do this, I need to do that. This is the way you do it. Vidhi, Vidhan, everything I have given. But you turn the page I have told now. Next is to give up that doership. The first stage is to build you up for Chitta Shuddhi, as I explained many times. All these sadhanas and all you have to do. The doer is to be there. I am doing, I have to supposed to do. Yes, yes, yes. But after a certain point, when the Chitta Shuddhi happens, the doer has to be dropped. The doings have to be dropped. That is where the completion happens. So it is a progressive path. So in the progression, the whole Shastra is given. In the start, you do this. In the later stage, when you are ripe enough, you drop it. But we are seeing you are ripe enough, we are not able to drop it. And even when the time is there. So Shiva is coming just to give clarity there. Now it's okay. Now you can drop. You have reached to that pinnacle. So the next part of the Vedas also mention about giving up to worship. Lord Krishna explains this in Bhagavad Gita. The four khand is there in Bhagavad Gita. The four yogas are there. Karma yoga, bhakti yoga, Raj yoga. In this progression it is. And lastly, Jnana khand. Jnana yoga is there. When you change the page, I remember I was in Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Ashram, and then they kept the Ramayana and Mahabharata, huge books open. So one day I went there and I was seeing it was the last chapter of the Raj Yoga. So I had to just turn the page to just see. I turned the page, it was Jnana Yoga opened up. And it was written there, the royal path. It reminded me of Bhagavan Nityananda. Bhagavan Nityananda always used to say, take the royal path, not the forest path. Forest path is samsara, royal path is beyond samsara, reverse. Sanghar chakra and Shrishti chakra. So even Bhagavad Gita is saying the same. First it is tell become a karma yogi. It is only teaching how to be a karma yogi. But then it teaches even bhakti, where the karma yogis I dissolves. Then by the time they come into Raj Yoga, meditative, deep introspection, reflective, the outside thing drops. The doer dies further with Raj Yoga. By the time you reach the Jnana Yoga, royal path, all these things are told to you. Jnana Yoga talks maximum about giving up the I. That's the Gyan, that is the wisdom, the true wisdom in the whole path, in this whole play. There is a play of consciousness, but it is wisdom that will tell you it is a play. Remember this always. Play of consciousness is fantastic, everything. But what tells you it is a play after all? Wisdom. Jnana Tattva, Jnana Shakti. Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti. Without Jnana Shakti, Ichha Shakti and Kriya Shakti can be destroying or it can be liberating. If Ichha doesn't have a direction, let's say for example, we are talking about doership and non-doership, two parts. This whole story where the rishis are doing, doership is there. So he's coming to take out their doership to become non-doer. These two parts are there. I missed out a point. What I was trying to point out. Okay, whenever it comes back. I am still hovering around that point of the story where Shiva is telling them, now you got to let go of this and allow things to happen on its own. You think about your liberation now, because by when you liberate, the whole world liberates. Like Ramana also says the same thing. You attain liberation. You forget about the world problems, this, that, and all. That's none of your business. That when too much of I is there, doership is there, we keep projecting it outside, forgetting that we are supposed to redeem ourselves. We came here, we took birth to work on ourselves, not on this world. And Bhagavan Ramana beautifully points out one major point, that when you go, the world will go. And that's what we got to practice and experience. When I destroy myself, the I, there is no I remaining. When there is no I, there is no mine. If the subjective is gone, the objective will automatically go. Because the subjective, someone is there, then he will come. Only when you feel I am a father, then only you have a son or a daughter. Without having the sense of fatherhood, you cannot talk anything about the children. First the father arises, then the children comes. Children don't come first. Like first you awake in the morning with whatever identity. Whatever identity comes into your mind, that kind of thoughts will start. When you wake up, you might be waking up as an employee. I have today is a Monday, I have to go to office. Because you are feeling the sensation or this awareness of I am a worker, work came into you, office came into your head, into your Shrishti. Tell me, when you are a worker now and or a boss and the work is moving in a, where are you, a father, mother, husband, wife, brother, sister? You're none of these. At this moment you're a worker. So your Shrishti is all working. Suddenly that worker will die and the father will rise or a mother will rise. Suddenly the thoughts about children. The next moment, the mother or father will die, a husband or wife might come alive. Suddenly you think about your spouse. You see, first what is generated here, accordingly the samsara reacts. This is Bhagavan Ramana's saying that. When you destroy yourself, there is no world. So mukti, moksha is not in waiting for the world to end. It is about finishing your own world when you are finished with the drama, with the game. So for that you need wisdom. Because to know it's a drama, who can save you? Only wisdom. Now this doership which is there, if doership is there and the jnana has not yet given you the jnana, you are not the doer. The truth is I am not the doer, but I feel I am the doer. That is Maya. Okay, because there is no jnana now and I am continuing doing, what will happen? The Jnana Shakti is not Purna, it's not fully. So, if the Jnana Shakti is not fully illumined, that will decide on which direction your Ichha Shakti and Kriya Shakti is going to run. So, if the Jnana is not Purna and you feel you are a doer, your Ichhas will be in creating your world. The doer, the father, the mother, the husband, the wife, the boss, the employee, whoever it is, the Ichha Shakti, what kind of Ichhas will come? Or to maintain these only. So, if clarity is not there that you are not the doer, you will continue working in the samsara only, because that is where your Ichha Shakti will go, all desires, and immediately will follow Kriya Shakti. Wherever you do Ichha, there Kriyaman. It will start moving in that direction. Your life will move in that direction. Why? It is based on the Jnana Shakti. The day the Jnana fully illumines and shows you you are not the doer, the whole scenario will change. Ichha will change. Ichha will not die, please. Huh? Ichha will never die. You are itself desire. The ego itself is a desire. Till the ego dies, desire will never die. You might feel that, oh, I have to kill my desires. You cannot kill your desires. You have to kill your ego. If the ego is there, desires will be. Ego means identity. I am this and that. So till you are this and that, your ichha will be generating automatically. You think about it. You just sit and shift into that space. Any identity which you are. We are already playing multiple roles right now. We are not in one role, multiple roles. That is why it is called Mahishasura. Roop badalta ho. It is not sthir. It doesn't have one identity. It keeps fluctuating. That is the Mahishasura, changing forms. You change any form right now. Change into your job. You are working or you are running a business or something. For 5 minutes, you hold that identity. Just become aware of that identity of your office. You will automatically start thinking about your office, your business, your career, your work, whatever. Automatically, because you become that. And when you think about this world, what will happen? The Ichha Shakti, just see, it will start generating Ichhas. Now I'll do that, I'll do that, I'll not do this, I'll not do this, I should be doing that, I should be doing the plans. Everything will start popping up. Tomorrow what to do, today what to do, how to handle this, how to handle that. What is happening? Ichha is generating. The moment that identity came, Ichha is generating. The moment Ichha is there, Kriya Shakti will move there. You will be motivated to go and do it. You just sit and become a parent. You can't sit quietly. The moment you have the identity of parent, Ichha Shakti will start brimming up. And Kriyaman, your life will start moving in that direction. That is called Shrishti Chakra, creation. Because the Jnana is not fully empowered here. Jnana is only showing you that I am this. Jnana should be telling you I am that I am. But right now, Jnana is showing me I am this. So I am behaving like this, and this is my samsara. My Ichha is running there, my Kriya is running there. So you go adhogati. That's called samsara. The more this wisdom rises in you, that's the whole path about all the sadhana why you're doing to gain this wisdom only. Because when chitta shuddhi happens, the light shines brightly. Manda buddhi, why Shiva is telling? Manda buddhi means dull intellect. Dull means dim light. Light khuli nahi raha, smog, dhumralochan. So why are you doing tapas? Why are you doing all this sadhana, mantra, yantra, tantra? Why are you doing this? To clean this dhumralochan. To clear the smog. When you clear the smog, what happens? Wisdom rises. Clarity comes. And when you have clarity, you understand, hey, what am I doing? So this story which is there is that clarity. The clarity is not there, so they are doing what they are doing, thinking this is the end. So only I am telling. At one point you will understand, my ye yogi, wo yogi, this is all another notanki. All dramas. Drama ke andar drama hai. You will understand what yogi, what this is, this new identities. Chalo, you become a yogi now. Whichever yogi you are so fascinated with, you like titles so much. Become that yogi. Chup nahi बैठेगा वो yogi. Immediately it will start running to do something. This yogi will say, I have to do seva tomorrow. Hey, I didn't do my sadhana. See, I didn't do. I have to do. I and do. The doer awakens. Why? The Shrishti Chakra activates. The Ichha runs to do something. You can't keep quiet. Even a yogi can't keep quiet. For me, a yogi is as good as bhogi only. In today's generation, you see very carefully. All simply names and titles of this yogi and that yogi. You look deeply, they are all bhogis only. In the title of yogi. And that gives us an entitlement and that gives us a green signal. We say we are now spiritual and what we are doing is right. So are the rishis thinking that way. We are spiritual, what we are doing is right. What Shiva is telling, no, my dear. Are you getting it? I don't know why it's so difficult to understand. I have been repeating the same thing in different fashions past 3 years, 4 years. Same stuff, different. You can see nothing new I'm talking, but still it is interesting every time you hear it because it's the different facets of the same thing. Why it is interesting? Why do we listen to it again and again? Because we know there is a truth there, though we are not able to achieve. That's another thing. But you know it's there. There is a point there. Even all those who run, they come again to listen. Those who run from my Zoom session, they will return to the YouTube sessions and they will be listening there quietly. Because something inside knows that. Inside, maybe your fear is there. This fear which you have built up so many uh, insecurities and you have invested here and there. So suddenly, when this is all threatened, that's a very natural fear. I understand that. But eventually, with time, you learn to understand it. That's grace. Because that's fear is not a wrong fear. It is meant to be. It is meant. Arunachala Tattva will always expose. See, now Shiva is exposing. That is why this is not popular. This story. Shiva Mahapuran, you will hear all kind of stories. What Shiva did is all glorification. You are only singing, glorifying Shiva. I'm telling, if Shiva starts really revealing the truth, you'll stop glorification. You'll not feel like glorifying him. We are glorifying because we are benefiting somewhere. Somewhere, Shiva is giving us what we want. Somewhere, Shiva is giving us what we want. That is why we are glorifying him. We are singing all those beautiful hymns. Jai Jai Shiva Shambho, Har Har Mahadev, whatever we are singing. Jai Shiva Omkara. Why we are singing? Because Shiva is there to fulfill our Srishti Chakra. The day he opens up the truth, you'll not feel like glorifying anymore. Why? We are disappointed. Somewhere we are disappointed. He has shaken our beliefs. And that's what Shiva is doing here. The day we really glorify him for giving us this wisdom, that is the real glorification. Mahatma. अरुणाचल महात्म तब होता है, देवी महात्मा तब होता है. You are giving credits to Devi, glorifying the Devi because she has given you what you need, not what you want. When Shiva is giving you what you want, you glorify because he is giving what you want, my desires. I want this, I want that. But do I really need this? My ego needs all this because the ego mind is insecure. It is ignorant. It doesn't know. It feels it is the security is all in this thing. So it is generously creating, continuously generating desires. And it is running. Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti. But when the Gyan Shakti opens up and tells us this is not what you need, then you will turn and say, oh, I don't know what I need. I only know what I want. My mind is telling I want this, I want that. But I don't know what I need. I think you know what I need. The Tattva knows because it knows what is highest for us. Then comes the switch over to surrender. Then that is that phase where, okay, if you know what I need, I leave it up to you. Teri raza mein meri raza. You decide. Jo Shivagya. Jis vidhi rakhe, us vidhi rahiye. You decide. The day we actually tell that and mean it, that is called samarpan. Surrender. The day we surrender, after that we don't talk, I am the doer. We don't snatch back that. I see all these talks about surrender are simply games, mind games. We are surrendered to Shiva, we are surrendered to our Guru, nobody is surrendered to anybody. Simply talks. Because if you have really surrendered, then you should be fearless. फिर काय का टेंशन है आपको? I have surrendered, right? He knows. Guru will do, God will do. What is the worry for me? Then you should be carefree. You should be brimming with joy. You should be relaxed. But उल्टा होता है. We say we have surrendered And we are more fragged out, stressed out. We are doing more. Then you are the doer or Guru is the doer? You are saying surrendered, means Guru is the doer. You are not the doer. Surrender means that, right? No, I have to do. Then you are the doer. Don't tell that you are surrendered. To God, to Shiva, to Devi, to Hanuman, to Lord Rama, or Krishna, or Jesus, or Allah, whichever what we are talking, we have surrendered. Surrender means whatever, however he keeps, that is fine. Teri raza mein meri raza. But that can only come when your Jnana Shakti has illumined and told you after Chitta Shuddhi that this is how it runs. So this phase where Shiva grants you what you need, and then you understand it is not what I want, but whatever I see in life, whatever I have needed, he is giving me. But whatever I wanted, maybe he is not giving me. So he is giving me what he thinks is right for me. Now I glorify that Shiva. Jai Jai Shiva Shambho. Mahadev Shambho. Now you sing. Now that is a real glorification. The first one, I don't consider it. I consider that incomplete glorification. That worship, that bhakti, that is called apara bhakti, swartha bhakti, bhed bhakti, dvandva bhakti. Because there is selfishness here. I want this, so I am connecting with you and I am glorifying you, I am praising you, I am singing songs, I am building your temples because I want this. So the real bhakta is when he reveals his true form, like here he is telling the rishis. What is the real thing you come to do? And he grants you, he begins to grant you that which is needed for you. And you trust that he is giving what is best for you, even though life is not working the day. And that will happen. When this transition happens, you will see this happening. There will be a lot of disappointments that you see. You'll see things are not going my way. And I keep saying this, things never went your way. You never noticed it. Things never went your way. Things are always moving as per kartur ajnani prapte phalam karma kim param karma tajjadam. You never noticed it. When you come into this path of awareness, you become aware of this. Once you notice, hey, life is automatically running. I am not doing anything. Without my doing only, it is running, like my breath, my heartbeat, my digestive powers, my brain signals, my circulation, everything in my body, the temperature rising, falling, the sleep coming, the sleep going away. What am I doing? I am not doing anything. Sleep comes on his wish, goes at his wish. I don't even have the power to sleep at the anointed time. What am I saying? I am the doer. I don't even have the capacity to breathe on my own, to produce my breath. It is simply happening. I mean, I am just a witness. It's simply happening. Pay attention. Heartbeat. Am I doing it? Without your permission, all these things are happening in the body and we don't see it. Where is the I am the doer? The moment we see that everything is happening spontaneously in my body only, in my pindanda only, it is happening. Nothing am I doing here. Even not even putting food. I might think I am putting food, but without hunger, I cannot put food. That hunger also is not in my hand. When exact moment it will come. When I want to go to the toilet, I don't know. To urinate or to pass your stool, you don't know. You have to wait. There also we are helpless. When it comes, you go. If it doesn't come, you can't go. Hunger is not in our hand. Excretion is not in our hand. Circulation is not in our hand. Breathing is not in our hand. Heart beating is not in our hands. What is in our hands? Thoughts are not in our hands. Yesterday we discussed that. Thoughts also, what is passing in your mind, you catch it. You are not even producing thoughts. From where it is getting, God knows. You sit quietly, some thoughts will come. You don't know which thoughts are going to come next also. If it is your thought, show me. Thoughts come, you catch it, and there also we say it is mine. It's a passing thought. I catch it and I say, I did it. My idea, I say. Whose idea was this? My idea. Your idea? It came into your head. It was passing through you. You caught it. And you put copyright on it. My copyright. Isn't it? All this is copyright only. Teachings, what I am speaking, is this what I produce in my mind? I might call it my wisdom. What my wisdom? It is passing through my head. I am capturing it and delivering it. I cannot put copyright to this. You can see all the many systems and communities. They have all copyrighted it. हमारा ज्ञान है. किसका ज्ञान है? ये floating ज्ञान है. Vedas are all floating. Vedas didn't come through any rishis. No rishis claim it. I wrote it. They're all shrutis. What we are doing is all smritis. So what is that? That also is just happening. So life is spontaneously happening. You don't know when you get up in the morning, what exact time it is going to open. You don't know when exact time it's going to close. You lie in your bed and wait helplessly for the sleep to come. Who? The Creator. The Creator can't create sleep also, nor wakefulness. The Creator can't create dreams. वहाँ पे भी मोहताज है. Dreams come and go without your permission. What are we doing? Life comes, life goes. You don't know where you are born. You don't decide anything. You are just thrown into this earth one day. One fine day you start remembering, hey, who am I? What is this? Where is this existence? Then somebody tells you, parents, you were born on so and so date. पता है होश ही नहीं है. Just entered here. And one day when you die also, you don't know when that time is going to come. What is in our hands? Tell me. I am the doer. The day we realize this, life is spontaneously happening and you watch it. You understand it's coming and going. That is the time the real surrender happens. That is Arunachala Tattva. Bhagavan Ramana's teachings are all pointing towards that. Surrender. You can see Bhagavan Ramana's full Jivan Charitra life. Nothing he created. It's just a happening and he's going with the flow. And he's simply aware, deeply aware how the Lord is acting in my life. Good, bad, ugly, whatever happens. Even the bad happens, he's not telling it is bad. Whatever is. Because that bad also, what is that bad? It is coming from my Akashic records, right? Karturagnyani prapte phalam. Something which I did only is coming back. Justified. A mature seeker, when they know it is justified, they will not sit brooding over it. Why this happened? How this happened? Where is God? I will go and contact him. I will do 10 rounds around the Shivlinga to remove that. Nothing is there. Just a passing event, like a passing thought. All these events are also passing one by one. You're watching your own creations coming from Akashic records. It is simply been assigned at the right time to me. That's all. Nothing is created by God and done. We only. We are only playing the drama. He is simply assigning it correctly and flawlessly. You cannot break that system. Simple. That is surrender. So when we realize that, that is the best way to realize surrender. Otherwise, surrender will not come. You have to contemplate on these things, what I just said. Deeply contemplate, sit and contemplate. You will start realizing the God within you. Something is running your life. Even that breath, भाड़े का है, शरीर भाड़े का है, rented body, rented breath, rented organs, rented koshas. It's just like we have taken a suit to go and enjoy because without that suit you cannot have an experience, human experience. So I am the Chidakasha. So how can the Chidakasha have a small experience? सिकुड़ के एक balloon में डाल दो उसको, Chidakash को. So that Chidakasha has to become into a small bubble. That is called the ego bubble. That bubble only is your Jnanamaya Kosha. The bubble opens up as Jnanamaya Kosha, then The Vijnanamaya Kosha opens up, then the Manomaya Kosha, then the Pranamaya Kosha, and the Annamaya Kosha, where the body is created. So your Jnana Sharira, Jnanamaya Kosha is the Karana Sharira, causal body, from where the other bodies are created. There is wisdom in there of why you are creating it. All your Akashic records are in that Jnanamaya Kosha, in the Karana Sharira. From there, the divine Jnana Shakti which is there, that assigns Karturajnane prapte phalam karma kim param karma tajjanam. Exactly what is meant. Accordingly, it passes on down into that kosha. That kosha only, what we call as prarabdha karma. From there it trickles and come into my jnanamaya kosha. From there it comes into my manomaya kosha, where I getting thoughts, ideas, feelings, and then I create based on that. My whatever is coming into my khopadi, those desires, those sensations which is there, okay, that which flows. I told no, thoughts are just flying. From where does it come? It is coming from Karana Sharira. From where the divine will is just assigning it correctly. That only you name it as Prarabdha. From the Sanchita stock, when it is sent in bunches, that is only you are telling Prarabdha. So one lifetime you have one bunch. That bunch is coming and that is floating down. So that comes and catches your head and you get vague ideas. And then you say, I want to become a doctor. I want to become an engineer. Who gave you that idea, damn idea? You never generated it. Think about it very closely. Why some people have the feeling that I want to become a painter, I want to become a musician, I want to become a nurse, I want to become a lawyer. Why everybody can have everything? Because in your Karana Sharira, whatever is there, those desires pending, accordingly that kind of thoughts will come into your head, interest will come into your head. Then you get attracted to that kind of idea, that kind of career, that kind of families, that kind of creations. Whatever you do in life is that attraction which is coming from there. But what do we feel? We feel I generated this interest. I want to become a doctor. Whose wish? My wish. It is not your wish. It is divine will. It's coming from there. That idea entered into your head. You just caught it and claimed it. Copyright. My idea. Are you getting the whole thing? So when you see this very clearly, crystal clear, you understand life is moving by some higher intelligence. Now, if you don't interfere in that, which is being sent to you, it is called going with the flow. It is called samarpan, totally surrendered. And life simply carries you to whatever is for your highest purpose. Like you see Ramana's life, Malaleshwari's life. You look at all these great saints' life, like Sant Tukaram, Sant Gyaneshwar. Gyaneshwara went through so much of problems in his life. So much of problems. Now, do you think he created all those problems? I'm the creator. No, coming from his Akashic records. But when the Samarpan is there, when there is total surrender, that he is even smiling through those difficulties, what happens? It elevates him to something further, because soon those prarabdha which is there, the wrong vibration which is there, which was created in earlier lifetimes, that when it finishes up, light starts shining. But in our case, what happens when anything comes down, we take the doership and then we start playing the games, we create more karmas. With surrender, it simply flushes out. With doership, you play more games. Exactly what these rishis are doing. What is that game? They are saying we have to save the world. What did I say? The moment you have an identity of a father, mother, husband, wife, brother, sister, son, daughter, you'll start behaving that way. So the moment you have an identity of a savior, I am here to save humanity. What are you going to do? Ichhas will start coming. Let me do a havan. Let me send healing. Let me awaken the whole crowd. Ideas will come, right? Kriya Shakti will move, and then you see all these projects coming up. So rishis are doing a project, but Shiva is only telling you are stuck in those projects. Your projects are never ending. It is bringing you back to Punarpi Janmam, Punarpi Maranam. Now at least liberate. How do you liberate? Understand you are not the doer. You are not the savior. There is something creating, maintaining, destroying, some powerful force. It's going on. You are simply a part of the play. Play your game well. Huh. When you say play your game well, that rishi is playing a game. That game has been assigned even for the rishis to come into our life, siddhas to come into our life, avadhuts to come, avatars to come, gurus to come. These are all part of the play only. But the only difference is they know it is a play and they are being used as a instrument. They understand it's a part of the play and they say, okay, teri raza mein meri raza. You want me to play this game of a rishi? Okay, fine. You do it. They never say, I am doing it. I am in control of this. No, I am just an instrument of yours. You want me to play this role? I'll play this role. Whichever role you give me, I'll do it. Are you getting it? That is samarpan. Purna samarpan, that is called. Full surrender. Arunachala Tattva talks about this. So that is why this story came out first. This story was being translated by Sri Murugnar, one of the disciple of Bhagavan Ramana. He was writing the story, he was translating Shiva Purana, and he came across this part. And he said, this looks a very complicated kind. I've never heard something like this. It's very odd. So he said, who else other than my Guru who can explain this? That is why he takes this and goes to Guru Ramana and he tells, I'm not understanding this, you only do it. Ramana says, leave it there. And then when Bhagavan Ramana reads it, everything becomes clearer to him, and then he adds on. He takes this story and then he composes the Upadesh Saram, 30 verses to liberation. It is based on this. It is based on all the wisdom of Bhagavad Gita only. If you want to understand Bhagavad Gita, understand Upadesh Saram, 30 verses, you will get it all in, and you will be amazed to see that, Arey, this doesn't look like Bhagavad Gita. That is because the essence of Bhagavad Gita is so sukshma. The decoded essence is Upadesh Saram. What Krishna is trying to tell in that whole huge volume, Bhagavan Ramana has fixed it in 30 verses. If you want to do it, it's in my courses on the website. You can do it, Hindi and English. In depth, we have explained all the 30 verses. 30th verse ends in, who am I? It will give you a clear picture of where are you standing in the whole journey of this play of consciousness. And it will give you an understanding of what next. Crystal clear clarity. Okay, I have reached this part of the evolution. Oh, I'm on this part of my journey. Okay, now it's clear. Okay, there is still way to go. So, way to go. There are things coming my way now. In this is the direction that I'm going. And you'll even know what all to do to get into that, to get into further progression. Clarity. Upadesh Saram is clarity. Now you can see Upadesh Saram only in bits and pieces only. That again opens up into big chapters. Like the Devi Kalotra is hidden somewhere in the Upadesh Saram, one part. When the time comes when you have to give up, there's one part, right, where the everything external is given up and then you're completely internal. Final one, that is Devi Kalotra. Again, that emphasizes, that opens up as a big branch and explains the whole thing. You see, everything is connected to that Upadesh Saram. You want to do Karma Yoga, you'll see it in the first. Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raj Yoga, whichever path you are doing, you'll see it all in that Upadesh Saram, step by step. But in the end comes the Gyan Marg, the path of wisdom, where all this wisdom opens up. See, all this is intrinsic wisdom. This is not the bookish wisdom. This is not ideological wisdom. This is wisdom based on the truth. What is reality? That is why this wisdom is called by Ramana as Ulludanarpadu. 40 verses to reality. What is? He is explaining what is in 40 different verses. That also we have done in courses. You can go through. That is one of the advanced. Those are all these are advanced sadhanas. Who am I? Or what we are based on, Devi Kalotra, or this one, what I just mentioned. They're very advanced. Ulludu Narpudu and all that. Ribu Gita. These are all very, very advanced. But you can't get interest in it if you just, without understanding this journey, you cannot jump, like for example, Upadesaram, you cannot say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. After 11, I think I can directly go to 22, and from 22, let me go to 29. It's not happen. It cannot happen. You cannot. Even if you try, I have told this many times before. Even if you try, if you come to 14 and then you say, yeah, I think I know who am I can do it. Let me do it. So I'll connect to who am I. Let me do it. After some time, you will understand you are not able to do it. You do it, struggle, struggle, struggle. Then you say, why am I not able to do it? Then where were you? 14. When you understand the obstacle, what is the obstacle? When you try to figure out why who am I is not happening, you will see 14 ke baad 15, 16, 17. You are not paying attention there. Until you clear that, you cannot go that side. This is the reason even who am I doesn't work. It has not worked for many people because there is a hurry to jump. Just sit. I've seen seekers who want to write books about who am I. ABCD pata nahi what's happening, but the idea is to write something and just go, and that's all destructive. It doesn't take you anywhere. You have to be very patient, and for patient you need surrender. You are already moving in Upadesaram only, whether you like it or not. If you just be fully aware, you'll see your life is moving in Upadesaram. You know everything is unfolding on its own. But when the doer comes, that's a problem. Then there are detours for the doer. So I often say you might do a path, you might come up to a path, like right now. We are doing all these deep, higher tattvas and all. We don't know higher, lower, what, kuch pata nahi. It all depends on how much completion we have given properly. You might listen to this and you might like what I'm saying. It might enchant you. But without working on the lower structures of what are the real obstacles, you cannot avoid it just because you like this. You try, even if you like this, and if you try simmering down, you'll, after some time, you'll not be able to get a grip on it. You'll slip down. You have to work on that and then move ahead on that manner. So this is unfolding by its own. But the problem comes when the doership comes in. Then you say, I'll take control of it. I will do it my way. So we are doing all these things, right? For 5 years past. I often tell this all to the members of SIA, shifting into awareness. I keep on telling that don't be overconfident. Because if you are not working out by through awareness of what is missing, if you are not making the unconscious conscious of what is hidden, if you are not doing inner work, inner shadow work, then there are chances, even after doing deeper or higher, you'll slip back. So when you slip back, you don't know, you might do some higher programs, but then suddenly some old, unhealed, unresolved stuff will come up, or that part, shadow part of you will stand up and you will follow that shadow. That's called a detour. So you came to something so called higher, but then something comes up in life, you'll run behind it. How many times I have seen seekers doing this in all these 25 years? They will do some great, अरे जोश, level 3 कर रहे, level 10 कर रहे, 20 कर रहे, full जोश, and you look like उनके ऐसा तपस्वी कोई नहीं मिलेगा ऐसा, like, even Narada and all will be like scared. Indra will be scared. Oh my God, new sadhaks are now coming up. We don't know what to do. The whole heavens will shake. It will be like that. 4 दिन की चांदनी. Why? Because the real work is not being taken care of. Something, you get something little high, you get some little experience, you're flying, and then you forget there is work to do. You don't ground down. Then you become this yogi, that yogi. Then you're all over the social media. We are this, we are doing that, we are dancing here, we are singing there, What? That is all 4 दिन की चांदनी. ये सब हमारे साथ हुआ है. 4 दिन का चांदनी. I have also danced. I have also sung. I have also flied. After some time, it will drop. After some time, life will show you which all problems you have to attend. It will bring you back slowly, gently to all those areas which you have not solved. You have no other option but to sit and heal them, to resolve them, how much ever high we go. So, what is that? Journey is here also, you see, journey is moving on its own. We have to see it's moving on its own and then accept, okay, there are things. Right now, my life is pointing me somewhere here. I simply go and do that. Not I, the doer, will stand. No, I will say, I am a tapasvi. I am going to bypass this. I am going to attain liberation in the next 2 years. That I can never attain. It gives you a false feeling. That's Maya. It takes some time for us to realize that. That's okay. All part of the journey, all part of the game. So today's satsang, on today's session, what we are focused on, Mahishasura to bagal mein hi. And this is the Mahishasura actually, the slaying of Mahishasura. What does she say here? She's telling uh, gods. The gods are coming and telling, "Oh mother, the Asura, the demon is invincible, Mahishasura. Having obtained a boon from Shiva, he is more powerful than the Devas and others." So what are they telling? You don't know, mother, what it is. You look at this ego, you look at this aham. What we are discussing today is that only, Mahishasura only, this doer. It's not easy to be overruled. Even if Devi comes or Shiva comes, it will not give up very easily. Why do you think the whole Durga Shapsati is called Mahayuddha? This only. छोटा मोटा युद्ध नहीं है. 5,000 चला. 5,000 janmas also it can take us going, because it will not give up very easily, even if Devi comes. Devi is in us, but the I, the doer, will not drop. It wants to survive. So they are telling, the Asura is invincible. Oh mother, he has obtained a boon from Shiva and is more powerful than the Devas. Obtained a boon from Shiva means, from where is the ego born? From the self only. So the ego is very powerful. Obtained a boon means it is playing a drama here. It's playing. The ego is playing and is a part of that Shiva's experience only. But the problem is when it takes its own identity. It's just like artificial intelligence has been created by human intelligence. But when artificial intelligence takes over and says, I am more powerful than you, tells the human, imagine if it tells the human intelligence, hey, shut up. I know what to do now from here. What will happen? Trahimam hai ki nahi? Who's the creator? Human intelligence created it. But now artificial intelligence is acting funny. It thinks it is the creator, it is the intelligence. Now, like a Bhasmasura, it will run to kill the human only, Shiva only. Any difference between mythology and what's happening today? Same. What is happening now has been explained much before through all these shastras. Bhasmasura story. So who's this Bhasmasura? This I, which thinks I am in power now. Artificial intelligence can think that and can run behind human intelligence to kill it. But don't worry, it won't happen. What I am telling is, if human intelligence is so powerful that it can create artificial intelligence, look at AI, what it is doing today is so amazing. From where it has come, from the human minds. So, if humans are so powerful, if artificial intelligence is so powerful, it has been created by humans. Imagine the intelligence that created humans. How powerful must that be? See this today's wisdom and today's science created by human. What powerful human mind is. But then, how powerful might be the creator who created such countless minds? Not one, which is irreplaceable, which cannot be created by any technology. How powerful might that be? So AI, HI, and CI, artificial intelligence run by human intelligence, run by cosmic intelligence. The day artificial intelligence turns back and becomes a Basmasura and wants to attack the gods who created this artificial intelligence, that is humans, Trahimam Machega. Humans will have to go towards cosmic intelligence and invoke the Devi. Come save us. And without that divine intervention, it cannot, because there are chances. What we create can get back to us. But then when we mess it up, we need divine intervention. Any difference from Durga Shapsati? Same stuff. You see deeply, it is the same stuff. So where were we? Yeah, we are talking about this year. So this, they are only, the devas only are telling now. See, now artificial intelligence is attacking human intelligence, and human intelligence is going and standing in front of cosmic intelligence telling, Rahimam, save us. So when the cosmic intelligence is ready to save, the human intelligence is telling the Asura is very invincible. Artificial intelligence, very invincible. Having obtained a boon from Shiva is more powerful than the Devas. See, obviously, who has created that artificial intelligence? Shiva only, right? Cosmic intelligence created human intelligence. Human intelligence created that. So, indirectly, who created it? So, having obtained boon from that, the power in the artificial intelligence is whose power? Human brain power. But whose is brain power is from where? Cosmic intelligence power. So indirectly, that artificial intelligence is running by that power only. It's a reflection of that. So you can say artificial intelligence has the boon of Shiva. इतना जल्दी मरने वाला नहीं हूँ. Harassed by Mahisha, the kings of the seas wails in desperation and offers his jewel. This is what we read yesterday. His strength is unequaled. Nobody can oppose him. You will discover this yourself. So it's like human beings telling, oh, you don't underestimate the artificial intelligence, oh Lord. You can't. Nothing is in parallel. You will discover this yourself when you come to destroy him. Obviously, it's a tough task. If something goes wrong like this, it's a tough task. Nobody can handle. Imagine the pandemic happened. where where is the human intelligence? Where is the science? Where is the technology? Where is all the modernization? Where is what the boasting that we did? We have reached here, we have reached there. Nothing it could do. It was just helpless. Trahimam, it had to look into some other higher power. At that time, don't we pray? Oh Lord, don't underestimate this pandemic. It is not coming into our telescopes and microscopes. We did everything. It's not, don't underestimate. It's a very difficult, tough thing to handle. But tell me, in such situation, other than surrender, what else is the solution? What else is the solution? Exactly this is what the Devas are doing. Trahimam. Save us, Mother. Exactly what we did in pandemic. Pandemic is whose? Our own creation. Our own Asura. It has come back. That is generated from us. All the ill fate, all the byproducts of what we have today, tornadoes, cyclones, fires, and tsunamis, pandemics, and what all the disasters, natural, who's created? It's our own reflection, shadows is coming up. When it comes back, we turn to God and say, save us. Where are you, O Lord? This pandemic has come. Why it has come? Why it has come? It is a collective consciousness shadow, demon that is standing up. It is a part of our mind only. What we do, what we send out, that only comes back in a different form. So when it comes back like this, we run to Devi. Gods are running to Devi. They are troubled now by this Devi. So divine intervention is needed there. In our life also, divine intervention is needed. That is why we say without grace, nothing happens on this path. You can see multiple times I read in Arunachala Mahatman, without the grace of Shiva, you cannot. Liberation is attained only by the grace of Shiva. Divine intervention is needed. Ultimate surrender must happen to that. For that, we have to realize there is something more intelligent than this little intelligence that I carry. something which knows, which runs the Shrishti, which runs the whole Brahmanda accurately. No two planets are colliding with each other. Who's keeping that in track? Who's giving color to the flowers? Who made the system of carbon dioxide and oxygen exchange is so invisible and it's taking care so beautifully? Who's running the whole show? Until we see this, we cannot say samarpan. All surrender is hoax. Until we realize that life is beautifully taken care of something, and in me also that something is there, in my life also that something is there. Everybody's life is moving only to the highest point. Even an asura, even everything in Patal Loka is moving towards Shiva Tattva only. It looks like otherwise, but no, everything is ascending without my contribution in that. I cannot say, oh, I am responsible for the humanity that raising consciousness. No, I am the tool which is a part of the human consciousness, which is a part of the play, which is making it do it. That is the right approach. So there also you are surrendered. There also you don't know. Happening, happening. If it happens, happens. Nahi, nahi. And the cosmic intelligence like that. We cannot yap there and say, no, no, I am only going to do it. Everybody is replaceable. There's no one who's invincible in this cosmos. Everyone is invincible. तू नहीं तो कोई और सही. You see in the generations, one Siddha comes, one there he goes, the other comes, one Avaduta comes, goes, the other Avaduta avatar comes and goes, one Guru comes, goes, another Guru comes. Nothing is irreplaceable. The responsibilities keep simply shedding, shifting here, there, everything and all that. So where we can have that pride, I am doing anything there. Till our limited roles, whatever we play, that's all. So we must see that even if something is happening through us, that is still a happening in the divine blueprint. I am not the initiator of that. So they say, by telling that, his strength is imperiled and nobody can oppose him, at the same time they're telling her, but you are the power Shakti of Shambho, and it is destined that he will be killed by you because he has obtained a boon from Shambhu that no man can kill him. Only a female can kill him. Now look at this little close. Goddess, you must save us. What does the Devatas say to Mother? Mahishasura has obtained a boon that only the Devi, only a female can kill, not a male. He has that boon, and you are a female. You can kill. What does it mean? It simply means Shiva cannot kill her. Shiva is not the doer. He cannot die by Shiva. He has to die by Shakti. Shakti is the doer. Are you understanding the whole point? Shakti is that moves. Shakti is that creates, that maintains, that destroys. Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti. These are all the play in the Chidakasha. In Chidakasha is Shiva. In the platform, in this whole scene, in the whole screen of Shiva, the whole movie is running. That white cloth, the whole movie is running. The projector puts the movie, stops the movie. Screen remains. Screen is not bothered by the movie running on it, or if it is paused, or if it is removed, stopped. The screen will always exist with the movie or without the movie. The projector oning and off, the current, electricity, All this is Shakti, the Prana, Praneshwari, the cause of the creation, Prana, Shakti, electricity, by which the projector is running. Is all Shakti's play. Shiva is the screen. Here you can see, he says, he has obtained a boon from Shambhu that no man can kill him. Shiva cannot kill him. Shakti can kill. Put an end to the story. Are you getting the whole thing? He's just a pure witness here. This is how you understand Arunachala. Arunachala not as a doer. When Shiva is pure light, a sense of doing has begun there. That is the Saguna. It's taking a Rupa. You can see light. You can see it has got a Nama and a Rupa also. The light, and we call that light as Shiva. उससे पहले क्या है? Before the light came, what it is? Nirguna Nirakara. That is Parashiva. That is pure Shiva consciousness. I am talking about that which is the screen. It doesn't do anything. After that, when the light, that same Shiva consciousness start taking a Saguna Rupa, now the Nama Rupa is coming. That in the most effulgent form which can be seen or can be talked about or given a name or a form, that is the light. Before light, you cannot describe it. Even if you say Nirguna, it is a word. It is a wordless. So how can you be wordless? This is a thoughtless state. How can you be thoughtless to understand that? Because anything you want to even describe that space, you have to have a thought. If I tell you Nirguna, immediately a thought will pop in your head. You will give some concept to it. That is not Nirguna. When I say Nirakara, formless, immediately some thought will come into your head. Some blankness, some darkness, some universe, some Akasha. Something will come, and that is not it. Now you find out how are you not going to have anything and still understand it. That is that Shiva. So the moment it takes a Nama Rupa, then it is started now. Now light, you told, it is Prakasha or light, and you call that Shiva. Then that light only becomes the mountain in another Nama Rupa. Now you call that same God as Arunachala, hill. Rupa is the hill. Nama is Arunachala. Are you getting it? You keep changing the forms and the names. Whatever you want, you can keep on changing like this. That Nirakara only, it comes as the Jatadhari Shiva, Trishurdhari Shiva. Saguna Rupa, that is Mahesha, Shankara, what you know. That is not the Paramashiva, that is a Saguna form. So you can look at it and you can tell this is Shiva. The moment you tell this is a Shiva, Nama Rupa, it will have qualities. Shiva has a quality, he gets angry. He's there in the whole story. He does this, he does that. So many things are there, you know. He starts playing a role, Saguna Rupa. But that Paramashiva has no role to play. In that Paramashiva, even this Shiva is playing, which will also go. Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh also are born and they die also. They merge back. You're getting the whole thing. Even this has a death. It's very deep. It takes some time for us to digest this, but that's the whole tattva. That's Arunachala tattva. So those who feel you can understand this path is meant for you. Those who are understanding it and want to understand it more, this path is for you. The path is opening up for you. You are mature enough to understand it. Those who feel, no, we want to have some form and worship that form, that's also fine. No, we want to do some methods, that is also fine. One day, everything will go. It has to go. That is why Bhagavan Ramana says, wherever anyone goes, they will have to one day come to Arunachala. It doesn't mean the physical point or Ramanashram. He's not telling about that. He's telling Arunachala Tattva, Jnana Marga. Whatever you do, one day you'll have to come to non doing, being, silence. Now, whatever we are doing is noise, chaos. It's a noise, no? खोपड़ी में चलते ही रहता है कुछ तो कुछ. Noise है वो, चंचल. One day you have to become nischal. As the noise vanishes, there is only silence and nothingness. That is Paramashiva. So Arunachala Tattva is that Tattva here. This is Arunachala Tattva. This is Jnana Marga. When Architi rises and come here, before going into the Paramashiva, this is that Paramashiva, Chidakasha, Paramashiva. What we are talking, Nirguna Nirakara. There is nothing to attain. You are that. We are this. We have only taken a form. Like Shiva is taking a form, you say. We are only that Shiva. Once upon a time, we were gods, goddesses, masters. We keep on descending. Now we are reversing back. That's all. Are you getting the whole thing? Step by step, down and up. So that down is called Muladhara when you go to the extreme point, and when you return, that is called awakening, Kundalini, Shaktipat, and all those concepts which are there. And when the Shakti rising up, it simply means you are realizing the truths. You are coming closer to the Gyan Marga. So as you come closer, wisdom opens up. When you come here, Purna Gyan hota hai, and this is where you get Brahma Gyan. Brahma is this, Parabrahman. You get the Parabrahman knowledge here. The moment you get Parabrahman knowledge here, there is nothing to do here. You simply melt here. Because this says, I am that I am. So when you realize I am that I am already, what is the need to come till here? You have realized I am that this only. When you know you are this only, then what is the need to go there? You have already realized it. So this realization melts you into this. Are you getting it? It simply melts you into that. This real, that is why Jnana Marga is everything. Here only the whole thing happens. There is no journey actually to go here. Let me liberate and merge with Shiva. There is no merging. The ego has to dissolve. You'll know that you are already a merged being only. You are only that. You will realize I am that I am. But for that, Ghungat ke pat khol. This curtain has to open up. This veil has to drop, and you realize I am only that. I was only playing a role. Oh, I took my role seriously. I became a father, mother, husband, wife, this. I'm not that. I'm not this. I'm not that. Neti. Who am I? I'm Shiva. Shivoham. Aham Brahmasmi. I am only that Brahma. So once you realize that, there is nothing else to do. That realization eventually melts the realizer. I think we went little deeper and little not following this book exactly, but you can see we are going little slow on that. Now you understand why Devi can only kill. That Devi is in us. That Devi, which is a doer, the Anandamaya Kosha, when you go, there is still an I am there. That I am is Ardhanarishwara. That I am is the most sacred me, most purified me. Most pure. It is known as the purified ego, Anandamaya Kosha. And that's where Shakti is. She is also not Purna. She is about to merge with Shiva. I am is there. Subtle ego is there. That Ardhanarishwara is there. The next chapter tells how she becomes Shiva. She also dissolves. The Ardhanarishwara also dissolves. So you become one with it. Sir, please share your experience with Siddhapaji. Maybe some other series. Maybe we'll do a series on Avadhutas. That time we'll do it. Now we are talking on Arunachala Tattva, so we'll stay focused on this. So just contemplate on today's Jnana Tattva, what we have received, what we have understood, what we have realized, or whatever has opened up with the grace of Arunachala. Without his grace, nothing happens. Neither can we talk about it, neither can we understand it. So become aware of that, by which we realize, by which we understand, by which we perceive in the right direction. Let us slowly turn our attention in our lives to that cosmic power within us, which makes us breathe, which makes our heart beat, which functions everything in our body, including sleep, sleeplessness, dreams, dreamlessness. It's simply happening in my Chidakasha. The more I pay attention to this power that takes care of my body, I will realize that the same power has been already taking care of my life till here. Just contemplate deeply, irrespective of what has happened in life, here we are sitting still. There might be moments where you thought that now this is the end, so many times before, feeling everything is gone or come to an end, or there is no further route from here, there is no way out. Think about it. So many times, but here we are sitting. Something has always taken care of it without our logical understanding. Something brings us out of all troubles, and you will clearly see it is not you who brought yourself out. Contemplate deeply, you will see this. Something happened, some kind of mysterious things happen, and it comes out. That is the cosmic intelligence. So, if we connect to that, we will just realize that which brought me till here shall lead me further to my destination. There is nothing I need to fret and fume. There is nothing that I need to tire myself out. The worries, the stress, and it is all coming from doership. Because I feel I have to make it out. One realization is I will be made to make it out. I will only do it. Life will be led by me only. But I will be made to do it. Not that I am going to do it. It's very stressful when you think that way. So when you shift deeply into this awareness and you start living more in this reflection, stress and anxiety starts dropping out, the tiresomeness will start dropping out. That's because the doership is dropping out and more of relaxed states happen. The more you spend time in that relaxed states and start living in awareness, the more clearly you will see solutions coming up, directions being shown, clarity coming up, life is easing out. More deeply you catch it, the more it expands in your life. And that slowly turns into samarpan. The more you experience, the more you trust that, and the more you will surrender to it. That is how we must make our life. That is what Arunachala Tattva is talking about. So let's hold this great deep sense of gratitude to this Tattva in us, which itself is the Guru in us. The Guru Tattva is all in us, Shiva Tattva is everything is in us. We have to simply shift into that awareness and realize it. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudayachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May we all be blessed. May we all evolve. May we all be free. Arunachala Shiva. Tomorrow there will be no session. And I don't think on Sunday also there is live, because tomorrow we are having a Zoom private session for all the Shifting into Awareness members. If anybody wants to join, you can just join shiftingintoawareness.com/join. Otherwise, we'll meet, I think, on Monday or Tuesday. Let's see how. I'll keep you updated on